Hi beauties, welcome to my channel Beauty by Julia. I'm Julia and I'm your virtual beauty therapist. I have been one for the past 10 years, so I decided to create this channel in order to keep you stay healthy and informed about beauty. So let's start talking about dehydrated skin. This is something very common. As soon as it gets colder, everyone starts complaining from feeling tight, dry, flaky, itchy type of skin, even those with oily skin. And very often they think that they have oily skin in the summer and then dry skin in the winter, and that's not really the case. So I decided to create this video in order to keep the things a little bit more clear. If an adult is say around 70 kilograms, that means that around 50 liters of water will be part of his body, and in the skin this is around 7.5 liters. So your skin does contain a lot of water, and that's why it is so important. The skin is very sensitive towards any kind of water deficiencies, and that's why it has its own system of regulation. There is water in the epidermis, which is static, it is always there, and then from the dermis towards the epidermis through the layers of the skin, and in the end evaporates. And that's why we are talking about transepidermal water loss. Now, the better is our lipid barrier on the skin, the less will be the water that we will lose. But this is the part that actually, especially in the cold months, it's quite difficult to get. So if I have to put it very plain, I'll say that dehydrated skin lacks water, dry skin lacks oil or sebum. Dehydration means that for some reason your skin cannot retain water into itself, or we are talking about general dehydration, when just your water intake is not enough, and then you can apply whatever you want on the skin, it will not affect as much as you would like to. So while dry skin is a skin type that is quite permanent, it might be affected from age and hormones, most likely medication, but in general, if you have dry skin when you're 20, very likely you will have dry skin when you're 23. It is not something that seasonally changes. Also, as we are looking into dehydration, this is a concern that is possible to happen for every skin type. So whether you have dry, combination, oily skin, it is likely for you to have dehydrated skin in one or another point in your life, and usually it is related with the cold weather, with medication, with your bad skincare routine, and over cleaning and exfoliation. This might sound a little bit weird, but if you think about a balloon, this is a bit like our skin. So what I mean is that if the balloon is full with air, in our case if our skin is full with water, it will look quite smooth and it will look plump, and that's why when you apply humectants like hyaluronic acid, you can see rather quickly that it is like a line eraser. Although this is very temporarily, it has nothing to do with collagen. It means that where it was the wrinkle, there's more water, and that's why the surface look nicer. But if there's lack of water, then, sorry to say this, but it does look squishy and wrinkly, and there's lack of elasticity. It is really thin looking as well, quite sensitive, and this is related with dehydration. No water means that your wrinkles and fine lines will be more visible. Probably the easiest test to see if your skin is dehydrated is to pinch your skin. So you can do it on the cheeks, you can do chest, abdomen, you can do top of your hand. You pinch, you hold for a few seconds, I don't know if you can see it, and then you let it go. If it goes back quite quickly and it's bouncy, that means that your skin is not dehydrated. But if it takes a few minutes in order to get back to the position that it was before pinching it, then very likely your skin is dehydrated. External factors causing dehydrated skin are quite a few, but in general it will be drinking not enough water, drinking too much coffee in drinks, so tea, coffee, soft drinks and juices are also not the same as water, so you do need some plain water. Then other factor will be the temperatures outside, so the cold, the wind, the fact there is not enough moisture in the air, especially now when we are indoors more and the heating is on. Simply there is no humidity in the air around us, and this will affect our skin. Smoking and alcohol are also factors that will affect your skin, I'm afraid. And then there's plenty of things that we do in order to get ourselves dehydrated skin. So these are very common mistakes that we actually do. Alpha hydroxy acids, retinol or beta hydroxy acids, they're all exfoliating. You are not supposed to use them every single day. For me personally, you do need breaks in between any kind of treatments, including those one. I am aware a lot of brands are advertising them for everyday use, sometimes twice a day, but this is definitely something that I do not agree with. Brushes and scrubs, they do cause micro tearing of the skin, so they're not something that I will suggest for anyone in general. I don't think physical exfoliation is something that you should be doing on your face. When you're creating your skincare routine, you are purchasing things for certain skin types, certain condition. So if you do get this one wrong, then the whole of your routine will be very ineffective. And in this case, when say your skin is oily and in the winter it gets dehydrated, but you do continue to use the same things, it will get even worse. And this doesn't mean that you don't know what your skin is like. It means that you are not considering the changes when we are looking into seasonal factors, or even in general. Sometimes people will buy things for dry skin that might be a bit too heavy, cause more breakouts because they think their skin is dry while it was dehydrated. And we are looking into different kind of ingredients and different type of routine. In general, I'll say probably when you're using actives, it's not a good idea to use them in the same time. So you will use one in the morning, different in the evening, or just alternate the days. Don't use a bunch of things in the same routine, like say salicylic acid lotion, follow up with some kind of glycolic peel, follow up with retinol cream, because this will be quite a bad idea. Even if your skin is resilient, in one point it will definitely has enough. Dehydrated skin can be rather easily improved. Definitely, first place will be just drinking more water. This is going to affect your skin. Then it will be the lack of physical exfoliation that we will be looking for. So if you stop scrubbing and using some kind of brushes, this will very likely affect your skin in a very positive way. You can of course keep exfoliating, just change the products to chemical exfoliating ingredients instead of those ones. You are not supposed to feel squeaky clean and dry, your skin to feel tight after you have cleansed it. So for me personally, double cleansing is the best idea, especially in the evening. In the morning it is up to you, but you do need something to wash your face. It is very important what is inside, because in the cleanser you will see different type of surfactants. They are ingredients that will bond with the impurity of the skin, whether oil, anything else, and then the other end of the surfactant will bind with the water, so that's how you wash it off. But some of them are a bit strong, and that's why your skin might be a bit dehydrated, and that's why you have to check out for a bit more gentle alternative and maybe avoid something like sodium lauryl sulfate or SLS into your cleanser. It is a great idea for anyone in the winter to look for humectants for their skin. Here we can talk about things like lactic acid, which is not just exfoliating ingredient, it is quite good humectant. Also aloe vera, snail mucin. Then we can think about very popular and cheap glycerin and probably the most well-known will be hyaluronic acid, which is the one ingredient that everyone is talking about, how it can retain one molecule around 1,000 molecules of water. So that means that it's like a water magnet. Now, hyaluronic acid is ingredient that is a very advertised, and it could be great, but you have to bear in mind that hyaluronic acid needs water to retain water. So in the winter, when there is not enough water in our environment because of the heating, the hyaluronic acid might start pulling water from deep within the skin, and this is not something that we want. So if you're using hyaluronic acid, make sure that the humidity of the air around you is higher, or use some kind of occlusive. You need to apply, for me personally, hyaluronic acid on damp skin. So you already have water, then you apply the hyaluronic acid, and then you apply your moisturizer, which contains occlusive to keep everything inside. I have mentioned before that lukewarm water is what you should be washing your face with in this case as well, and also showers more than 10 minutes might be a bit too drying for your skin. And then what I do sometimes, especially because of the dry air, will be to use a face mask during the day, just spray it around. It's a little bit pick me up type of product. The first one that I can suggest is the 2% hyaluronic acid and B5 from The Ordinary. Soothing, hydrating, light texture, very basic, nothing that will irritate your skin, very budget friendly, so it is a great choice for the winter. The second of my suggestions will be the Cera Hydrating Serum. Now, because this one has a light texture but still has some occlusive inside, you can potentially use it if your skin is on the oily side as a moisturizer. Here you do have hyaluronic acid and panthenol or B5, as well as dimethicone and glycerin and the ceramides. So you do have a bit more ingredients inside, and that's why the price is higher. You have to bear in mind that a lot of companies are doing different discounts on this brand. I have said it before, nighttime is repair time, so here the Inkey list has night ceramide treatment, and this obviously contains the ceramides, around 3% of the whole product, plus 2.5% hyaluronic acid. Then you have things like jojoba oil, squalane, glycerin. So it is very nice repair type of treatments for during the night. Kiehl is a brand that I haven't used that much, to be honest with you. They do have a lovely peptide serum. I have to say it does smell a bit funky. I think I might enjoy something or find it stronger, other one might not. But I have to say it's a 9 pounds product that contains things like honeysuckle and glycerin and hyaluronic acid. It has vitamin C derivative as well, magnesium inside, so it has a lot of great beneficial ingredients. Plus, for this brand, I have seen quite a few online retailers that will do buy 3, pay only 2 products. So from price point of view, is also quite great. Now, the last 2 products that I want to talk about are definitely much pricier. So the first one is from Kiehl. They have Ultra Facial Moisturizer. Now with this one, it contains a lot of oils inside, like avocado oil, olive oil, rice bran oil. It has hyaluronic acid inside and glycerin. It has been for a very long time on the market because it does work very well. And then the second one is the Drunk Elephant, and it's their whipped LaLa cream. Now with the whipped texture, that means that usually brands have added some air into the texture in order to keep it lighter. Also, this product comes into an airtight container, which definitely is a huge plus for me. As ingredient, it contains a lot of great oils like marula oil, watermelon seed oil, Kalahari melon. It has baobab as well, plantain, which is a brightening antioxidant in the form of green tea. So yes, not very big surprise here because we are talking about the Drunk Elephant, but also it is a bit more pricey type of product. And this was all for today. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did so, please give it a thumbs up, share it, consider subscribing to my channel, and I hope I'll see you next week. Thank you. Bye bye.